Even though on grinding also there is a tool marks. Many times we saw the mirror finish. So this is a rough grinding. This is next level of smoothness of grinding, and this last one is called as a mirror finish. Even though this is a mirror finish, but at a micro level, if you we observe this under microscope, so there is always a roughness. So surface is not exactly 100% smooth. So there is a wavy forms. So if such components or material when composite as a wall or cylinder or a sphere, then at the contact they don't make metal to metal contact throughout its surface. So just as seen in this image, even though with the naked eyes, if we observe the surface of two slab are very smooth, even though it is a grinded part. But what happens when we combine these two surfaces as a composite wall? So at micro level, under microscope, if we observe, so there is a wavy forms, and these wavy surface when come in a contact, so at some point they have a metal to metal contact, and at some point they having a gaps. There is no metal to metal direct contact because of roughness. So suppose this composite slab is a part which is kept in atmospheric air. So what happened? The air is entrapped in between these gaps. If this part is submerged in some kind of oil or liquid, so this gap will filled by that particular liquid. And as compared to metal, whatever be the liquid or gas entrapped in these cavities, providing resistance. Because as compared to metal, this convection part having larger resistance, because it is not easily transferred from one part to second part because of these gaps, and these gaps are filled by some kind of gases or liquid under which this particular component is kept. So at contact, never there is 100% surface to surface contact is obtained. So this kind of contact, because of surface roughness, provide a resistance to heat transfer. So as shown in this figure, this surface T1 is a higher temperature, T4 is a lowest temperature, and heat is transferring from T1 to T4. So according to K1 and the thermal resistance of this first slab, so that resistance result in drop of temperature. So when heat transferring from first slab, so temperature drops and reach to T2. But at this interface, due to this kind of contact resistance, again temperature drops at this contact. So temperature it drops at this contact from T2 to T3. Then after from T3 to temperature drop because of second slab resistance and reach to T4. That means whenever we composite wall is created, so at surface or interface surface there is always a contact resistance, and in many numericals we neglect it, but some numericals which is based on the contact resistance, we have to consider this contact resistance during solving that numerical or that concept. So this is known as a contact resistance. This contact resistance result in drop of temperature at the contact. So if I draw an electrical analogy for such system, so for slab 1, thermal resistance 1 is there, slab 2, thermal resistance 2 is there, but at contact there is a resistance due to contact, that is called as RC, R contact. So it is here at the interface, so it don't have a thickness or any particular path length. So it is simply at the contact So we assume that this thermal resistance 1 plus contact resistance plus thermal resistance 2 are in series. Now let us see concept of this. So at a contact, what we assume, total heat transfer through that composite wall is equals to heat transfer at contact. That contact means metal to metal contact part plus heat transfer through the gap part, which we saw in our first slide. So there is a gap and some part is directly metal to metal contact. So total heat transfer at contact is due to contact as well as due to gap. Now, so contact part means this one, where two slabs actually come in a contact, and a Q gap, that means the heat transfer due to this. Now, according to Newton's law, Q is equal to H of contact. Remember, this is not HC, that is cold fluid or hot fluid. This is H of contact, because at a surface, interface surface, the majority of heat transfer is because of these convection parts. The fluid entrap in between the irregularity of the surface, and very small amount of area is direct metal to metal contact. So we assume that overall it is convective heat transfer coefficient at contact. So H contact area. So obviously area of this total contact area. Temperature drops. So what is the temperature drop at contacts? T2 to T3. Now if I rearrange this, so Q by A, because many times in such case, area we don't know the exact contact area. So many times it is asked to find out per unit area. So Q by A, per unit area, that is heat flux. H contact into delta T of contact. Normally we use a dt. So here we use a delta T of contact. Now, if I rearrange this, so delta T of contact and H of contact become 1 upon H of contact. So what is this denominator? So denominator is nothing but a resistance, correct? So that resistance is due to contact area. So we noted it as RC. This is not R convection. So we have resistance R thermal, R convection, and this contact RC. You may completely write that R contact also. So Q by A, delta T of at contact divided by contact resistance. This is our regular formula. The same form, Q dt upon thermal resistance. Now what is the area? So area is apparent contact area, or area normal to the direction of heat flow. Here we observe that temperature is drop here, but we assume whatever be the area normal to the direction of heat flow, that's mean total cross-sectional area is the apparent area. Now SC, convective heat transfer coefficient at contact area, also known as thermal contact conductance. So if H value is higher, then higher rate will be the heat transfer through this contact. So it is also called as thermal contact conductance. Now RC, contact thermal resistance. Now we have this equation, Q by A delta T at contact divided by RC, that is contact resistance. Now thermal contact resistance, if I rearrange this formula, so it become RC is equal to delta T upon Q by A. Remember, at thermal contact resistance, many times we don't know the exact area, so it is most commonly asked for Q by A, that is heat flux. So now the RC, so from this mathematical expression we can define thermal contact resistance is defined as the ratio of temperature drop, that is delta T at contact, temperature drop at contact of two bodies to the heat flow rate per unit contact area. So that is Q by A. Its unit is a meter square Kelvin by watt. So this temperature difference in Kelvin, Q is watt per meter square, so that meter square shifted in a numerator, so it becomes meter square Kelvin by watt. So in many times practical exam, external ask this. So sometime he written that watt per meter square Kelvin, sometime he written as meter square Kelvin per watt, and he asked which is this property. So this is thermal contact resistance when it is meter square Kelvin per watt. Now this thermal contact, the value of thermal contact resistance depend on the surface roughness. Quite obvious, because a rough surface, it having a more contact resistance because of it entrap maximum amount of surface to it engage maximum amount of surface to entrap the fluid. Material property obvious, because it reflect where metal to metal direct contact is there. Temperature and pressure. Why the pressure is here? Because when we combine two surfaces, so if that two surfaces kept very tightly, that is under high pressure, then contact resistance will be minimum. If we kept it is as a loose, so contact resistance will increase at the contact of two surfaces. So this is also a very favorite question of external thermal contact resistance is due to, or which are the factors affecting it. So first, no doubt, surface roughness, second, material properties, third, temperature, and fourth is pressure. Now the conductance. We know what is the resistance. Resistance is RC delta T upon Q by A. This is the resistance. Now what is thermal contact conductance? So thermal contact conductance is the reciprocal of thermal contact resistance. So resistance, that means it is preventing. Conductance, that is allowing. So what is the reciprocal of resistance is nothing but a conductance. So thermal contact conductance is a reciprocal of thermal contact resistance. So HC, this is conductance 1 upon RC. Now put the value of RC, so it become Q by A upon delta T. So from this we can define thermal contact conductance is defined as the ratio of heat flow rate per unit contact area to the temperature drop at the contact of two bodies, and its unit is a watt per meter square Kelvin. Again external confuse you. He wrote this unit and he said this is not H. So what is the H value? W per meter square Kelvin. What is K? So K for W per meter Kelvin. And if we say this is not a H value of fluid, that is convective coefficient. So what is this? So many students get confused. This is then thermal conductance, unit of thermal conductance. Now this is the basic topic. Now we will see how it is applied when solving any numerical. So there is a one numerical. Two large aluminum plates. Two large aluminum plates. That means both plates are made from same material and having a K 240 watt per meter Kelvin. Each 5 centimeter thick. That means both plates are having same thickness. So K1 and K2 for both plate thermal conductivity same. Again both plate path length L1 L2 again same, with certain roughness are placed in contact under atmospheric pressure in air. Having the thermal contact resistance of 2.75 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square Kelvin per watt. That means they provided directly contact resistance RC. In most of the cases, university when put any numerical on this topic, so they provided direct value of RC. We don't require to find out, but if any case, if it is required, then we know what is the formula for RC. The temperature at the outside surface are 500 and 400. So T1 500, T4 400. Why we noted T4? Because it, I am not showing the schematic. So we will draw like this. So T1 higher temperature, when it is flowing through first slab, temperature drop reach to T2, then at contact temperature drop and reach to T3, then it will heat transfer through second slab and reach to T4. So according to schematic, the outside temperature, first outside is a higher temperature T1, second outside is a T4. So I mention here T4 as a 400 degrees centigrade. If I would like to draw thermal electrical analogy, so R thermal 1, this contact resistance will be in series, and then R thermal 2. Now we have to find out heat flux, then temperature drop due to contact resistance. That means we have to find out T2 minus T3 temperature drop or delta T of contact. And last they asked to find out contact temperature. So what are the contact temperatures? So contact temperature is T2 and T3. So let us see how to solve this. So first they asked to find out Q by A, that is heat flux. Now Q by A, we have only one formula, Q by A is equal to dt upon R total. Now dt, we know both the temperature, outside temperature T1 and here it must be T4, because for this combined system T1 to T4 heat is transferring. So dt must be T1 minus T4. Then what is R total? So R total as per analogy, R thermal 1 plus contact resistance plus R thermal 2. Now if we find out all these resistance, we will get R total. So R thermal 1, and it is for Q by A, that means A term is not here, so L by K A, so it remains only L by K. For slab 1, R thermal 1, so L1 by K1. For slab 2, L2 by K2. But in this particular problem, L1, L2 are same, K1, K2 are same. Even though we can find out separately, so R thermal 1, R thermal 2. R contact, it is given. So we can find out R total. Once we know the R total and dt, then we can find out the numerical value of heat flux. Now the second, it is asked to find out temperature drop at contact. So either you have a choice, first find out the third portion, temperature at contact, that is T2 and T3, and once we get the value of T2 and T3, we can find out temperature drop T2 minus T3. But in a sequence, if they ask temperature drop at contact first, so we can solve this. So temperature drop at contact is T2 minus T3 or delta T. Q by A, delta T, thermal resistance, our basic formula. Now here, as per our system, Q by A become delta T at contact upon R contact. Now Q by A, it is from previous answer. R contact, it is given, so we can find out delta T or temperature drop at contact. Yet we are not finding individual T2, T3, but the temperature drop delta T. So this is the answer of second. Now the final portion, that is they asked to find out contact temperature. So contact temperature are 2, T2 and T3. In this whole system, we know only T1 temperature 500, T4 temperature 400, but intermediate T2, T3 we don't know. So find out T2. For this we will consider only first slab. So first slab temperature will be T1 to T2. So considering only first slab, so heat transfer rate, no doubt it will remain same. Q by A will be same for individual slab as well as composite slab. So Q by A, temperature dt become T1 minus T2 and divided by thermal resistance. So as we consider only slab 1, so R thermal 1. R thermal 1, L1 upon K1, and both values we know. So R thermal 1, we have the numerical value. Now Q by A, so from answer A, that is first part, T1 we know, so we can find out T2. So these become our contact temperature T2. In the same way, when we are interested to find out T3, So we consider only this part, second slab. So second slab only, in that case again Q by A. So for second slab it becomes T3 minus T4 upon R thermal 2. R thermal 2 L2 upon K2 and Q by A from answer 1. T4 it is given, so we can find out T3. But still there is another one option. Once you know what is the T2, and in a answer of B where we already know what is the delta T at contact. So delta T at contact is equals to T2 minus T3. From that relation also we can find out T3. So